Hi, I'm Stella. Thank you for being here. In today's video, I will talk about school readiness, because starting school is a big milestone for a child, and there is so much more than knowing the alphabet or knowing how to count. I will walk you through 7 signs that your child might be ready, based on real developmental milestones, and I'll also share some simple tips on how can you help and support them at home. But before we jump into this video, please don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. So let's get started. First, I will talk about physical readiness. A child's hand muscles and bones are still developing at the age of 5 or 6, so we don't expect a perfect writing. But they should have enough fine motor control to hold a pencil, to cut with scissors, and also regarding their body development, they should be able to sit for a longer period of time at the table, or they should be able to carry a heavier backpack. That's why fine motor skills and also gross motor skills are so important. These skills help them work at the table, help them writing, and it makes them much more confident doing tasks on their own. And what can you do to support them? Well, let them use tongs, let them use scissors, let them use Play-Doh so they strengthen their muscles, let them help around the house. All these things build hand strength and help them with their muscle development. The second important thing is visual and spatial awareness. In order to read or write, kids need to understand directions like left or right, top or bottom. These skills help them later with writing, with reading, and with math, like knowing which way to write the letters, or how to line things up, or how to organize their paper. And what can you do? Well, try and give them simple movement-based directions like put your cup next to the book, or put your toy on the shelf, and so on. The third factor is cognitive readiness, which includes early math, early literacy, but most importantly, problem solving. Can your child count up to 10? Can your child do simple puzzles? Or can your child do 2-step instructions? This doesn't mean that they have to know everything. It means showing curiosity and ability to focus on things. And what can you do? Well, give them simple missions like go get your shoes and close the door. It's that simple. The next sign is language and communication, which means that the child should be able to communicate in simple sentences, to ask questions, to express their needs, to understand stories, to follow up instructions. These are key to success in school, and also it's a key to make friends and feel secure in the classroom. And what can you do at home? Well, talk about your day and also ask them about theirs too. And always make time to talk and to communicate with your child. Next, I will talk about emotional regulation, because school readiness also means handling big feelings. And what does this mean? Well, they should be able to wait for their turn, and they should be able to ask help instead of crying or melting down. It is also very important that they know their feelings, and they also know how to manage their frustration. These self-regulation skills grow over time, but you can help them at home with play, with routines, and with some calm-down strategies. School is a social environment. That's why our next important skills are the social skills. What does that mean? Well, at that age, they should be able to share their things. They should be able to wait to take their turn. They should be able to express their needs respectfully. And what can you do about it? For example, you can play turn-taking games, but the most important, that you show a good example for them. And the last but very important skill are practical life skills. That doesn't mean that they have to be completely independent. No, but they should be able to do things like using the toilet, dress themselves up. They should be able to eat their lunch without too much help. They should be able to put their shoes on. They should be able to pack up their own toys or their own things, and so on. This way they will feel much more confident in school. And what can you do? Well, let them practice small tasks at home, even if it takes longer. Every child develops at their own pace, and school readiness doesn't need to be a race. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, to hit the like button, and leave a comment with your thoughts. And also, you can share it with someone who might need it. And as always, stay curious and happy learning. Bye.